This conference will now be recorded.
Hi all, welcome to the next session on SAP ABAP interfaces. And in the last few classes, we have discussed about what exactly the interfaces. So interfaces, we are going to integrate the data between different systems. And let's take an example of. So in any project, you see that different systems is. So project means it's not only in a single system, we will be having different systems. If you want to integrate the data between different systems, we are going to use an interfacing concepts. As part of the interfacing concepts, we have RFC and BAPI and web services, ALA docs, and HTTP SOAP services with JSON format and OData. And in the last few classes, we have seen what exactly the RFC. So RFC is a remote enabled function model. Okay, it's in a function model, guys. So the function model type is the remote enabled function model. And so there are three types of function models: normal function model, RFC function model, and update function model. And the second radio button is the RFC enabled function model. So always the best way to approach or integrate the data between two SAP systems is the RFC function model or BAPI. BAPI is also in a RFC enabled function model. We have seen RFCs and it is used to integrate the data between SAP to the SAP, also to the SAP to the non-SAP. But whenever you create an RFC function model, so you must have an RFC destination. If you want to integrate the data between two systems, you must have a connection between the two systems. The connection is an RFC destination. The transaction code to create an RFC destination is the SM59. And if you want to call an RFC function model, and you need to normal same way call function model, but the destination is you need to mention your RFC destination. So we have seen two clients 800 and 810 and how to integrate between two clients. Even the server, even different servers also we can connect with the same concept. But only the thing is the RFC destination you need to maintain it. And then we have seen the how to expose your RFC as a web service. Okay, we have seen how to expose your RFC function model as a web service, and go to the function model and utilities and more utilities and create a web service. And whenever you it's a web concept, always the request will be HTTP request and response. Okay, the communication of the data is an XML format, and you are going to get an XML format of the data. Next concept is the BAPI, and SAP has given a BAPI concept. Very important. Is BAPIs are very important. Every program you see the BAPIs. Okay, so you can have a BAPI for the get as well as the post. Get and post. What is the difference between get and post? Get means if you want to fetch the data from SAP, you use the get services. If you want to post the data to the SAP, you are going to use the post services. So get is a DQL operation, post is a DML operation, guys. So most of the times, so we are going to use the BAPIs instead of writing in a normal select statements. So already SAP has given a existing functions. Let's take an example of if you want to get the sales order details, there is a BAPI. No need to write any select statement. Use the BAPI, use the function model, and you are going to get the data automatically, guys. So don't write much select statements. So instead of that, you need to use a BAPIs. And also, if you want to post the data also, so directly you should not update the data into database tables. So how can you update the data into database tables? Directly DML operations, insert, update, modify, delete. But don't do that directly. Instead of that, you need to use a BAPIs. So BAPI is a business object, and BAPIs are built up with object-oriented approach case. It's an object-oriented approach they have built. You know, as part of the object orientation, what is the object orientation? It will ensure the code reusability, code readability, code maintainability, and the code security and the data integrity. Even so, the object orientation will use the BAPIs use an object-oriented approach, which uses the data integrity. And BAPIs are stored in the business object repository, and BAPI are also RFC enabled function modules case. And if you want to find out any BAPI or if you want to create any BAPI, you need to use the transaction code BAPI. And we have seen yesterday in the last few classes, I have given the sales order quotation BAPI. See, so very important this. So most of the things, maybe they may ask sometimes, so what is the BAPI which you have used? You can tell all these BAPIs. Okay. So in the real-time point of view, in the interview point of view also, you can refer this slide. So what kind of BAPIs you have used? Okay. Sales order BAPIs. These are sales order BAPIs. And billing, invoicing BAPIs, and delivery BAPIs, and shipping BAPIs in the sales order process. And also we have seen the MM, and MM is the purchase order is the main process, and PO create, PO change, PO get a detail, fetch, DQL operation, and also purchase requisition, ME 51N. So you have a purchase requisition BAPI to create, change, and get a detail, and goods movement BAPI. And also we have seen customer master BAPIs. So these are all the customer master BAPIs. If you want to create a customer master, you can use the BAPI. So instead of using BDC, always you have to prefer in a BAPIs. Don't use the BDCs. Okay, the BDC is very tougher than the BAPIs. BAPI is simple. It's a function model. You need to map the data to the function module interfacing parameters. It's very easy. BAPIs are. Okay, so even we see the BAPIs for the business partner as well today. Okay, so that we will see later. And also in the last class we have seen we have created a sales order, right? And also guys, whenever you use a DML, DML is nothing but it's a transaction. Whenever you want to post in a transaction, if you want to save the data in the database, you must do a commit work, right? So I can do a commit work in the programming level, but whenever you want to use a BAPI, first you need to test manually the BAPI. Don't write the program immediately. Don't copy paste and don't do it. First you need to test manually. So go to the function module, enter the details, data, and try to post it. But whenever you want to post, you must do a commit work. But the standard function module doesn't have a commit work. So for that, SAP has given a BAPI transaction commit work. So my question is very important question. So what is the difference between commit work and BAPI transaction commit? Simple. This is my smart question. What is the difference between commit work and BAPI transaction commit work? BAPI transaction commit. Both will do the same functionality, but the commit work. Suppose if I want to test individually the function module, can you write in a commit work? Not possible. Not possible. Sorry, not possible. So if I want to test this BAPI, you cannot write in a commit work case. If it is in a program, you can write the commit work. But if you want to test individually, it's not possible. SE37, you are going to test it. So, but in the function module, there is an option. You can execute the function modules in a sequence. So what I can do, first I will execute the main BAPI to post in a sales order or whatever if you want to post the data. Later, you can execute the function module BAPI transaction commit. So test sequence, you can do in a test sequence, you can do in a commit work. But in case of commit work, it's not possible. Directly you need to write in a program. So that's the difference between commit work and BAPI transaction commit case. That's it. The functionality wise same. It is going to post the data in the database level. So that's the BAPI transaction commit. In the last class, we have uploaded the data, sales order data, into the SAP by using BAPI, and maybe we'll revise once. So what exactly the BAPI? Mm. Where is Ravi? Left. Okay. Let's see the display. I think transaction for interfaces, transport for interfaces. Yeah. So you can see the function group RFC, AD, master program, and you can see function. No, no, no. This is RFC, yeah, where we have stored. Yeah, BAPI sales order uploaded. We didn't create any RFC, right? So we have used one program. So this program we are going to upload the file sales order create. Okay, I have prepared a file for the sales order RFC payload. BAPI file upload sales order upload. So this is my data. We have taken only two records to create an order. But if you want to upload mass also, you can do thousands, 10,000 records also you can update in a single shot. Okay, but I have taken only two records in my Excel. Okay, so in this program, I am going to upload the BAPI file, and this is my file upload. And maybe I didn't put in a breakpoint. If I don't put in a breakpoint, how can you debug it? /h /h and F8. It goes to the debugging mode. If you see the code, standard code F7, F7. Sorry, this is my code F5. So this function model will upload the data from XLS to the internal table F6. Okay, yes. What is this? So now you can see the two records in the internal table. So this is my two records. You can see the data. Order type. Order type is TA. TA means this is my internal value. External value is the OR. Where you can see the internal and external values. Yeah, it's an interview question, data dictionary, where you see the conversion routines. Conversion. Sometimes you may see partner functions. Okay, and other types. There are some internal and external values. Very very important. Okay, when you write a code, you must pass an internal value, input values. When you want to display output, you need to use an external values. So if you want to see that, always you must go to the data dictionary. Very very important. This is in terms of the real time S11. So VBAC. I will go to the table VBAC display. So order type. See, this is the field for the order type. This is the data element, and in the domain. See guys, there is a conversion routine, right? So there is a function model for the input. There is a function model for the output. So if you want to see the input value, so whenever you display, you will see the OR. Okay, what is the input value for the OR? So OR is the input, and input value is the TA. Like this, in many cases, you see this kind of things. One more thing is that in the sales, there is a partner details case. So the partner details will be stored in the VBPA table. Okay, this is also very very important table in the sales. Sales partners, sold to party, ship to party, bill to party, payer, everything will be stored in the VBPA. So go here, sales order number item. See, there is a partner function. So this is a sold to party, ship to party, everything. Go to PARVW and execute. See, there is a conversion routine for the PARVW in the sales, and there are two function models, one for the input, one for the output. So input Always we use the input most of the times. Output automatically SAP gives an output. But whenever you code it, we are going to use an input things. Sold to party SP. What is the input value for the SP? See, AG is the input. Whenever you write in a code, AG is the thing. Next one is the ship to party SH. Ship to party, the internal value is the WE. Then next one is the bill to party BP. And what is the internal value for the BP? See, RE is the BP guys. Real time you see this kind of things. Okay, when you see the program, when they are passing AZ and WE, RE means, so there are the ship to party, sold to party, and bill to parties guys. So same thing we have used here in this code. First I have uploaded the data into internal table, and record by record we are processing the data. We are creating a sales orders. So simple guys, BAPI is a function model, and if you see, this is my function model. Today we have seen how to pass the internal. Simple. Whenever it is in a function, very easy is. The interfacing parameters are important. So what you value you pass it and what value you get it. That's important. So I'm going to pass the sales order header. Header means VBAC fields. That fields we are mapping here. Whenever you create a sales order, these fields must, you need to create you need to give an order type, you need to give a sales organization, you need to give a distribution channel, you need to give a division. VA01, the first screen you see order type, sales organization and distribution channel. So whenever you want to post any transaction, first you must do a transaction manually. Like if you want to create a sales order, first do a sales order creation in the transaction. If you don't know how to create a transaction, you cannot do any BAPI. It's not at all possible. Why? Because so the data which you want to input, you must know. This is the mandatory fields you must input. So otherwise, you cannot write any BAPI. So first you need to ask your functional. So what is the mandatory fields which we need to do, or else you need to sit with the functional and you need to do a transaction base. So then only you are going to use the BAPIs. Otherwise, it's not at all possible. So I am mapping the data, header details, then item details, item number, material, quantity, and plant. And this is an internal table kind of field. So that's why. So items is in a multiple. Multiple means definitely it's an internal table. So this is my internal table for the items. So I mapped the items. So suppose if you have 10 items, you can do the 10 items as well. But in my file, I have given only one item. And also the one more is the partners, ship to party, sold to party important whenever you create a sales order. So that's why I have used C, ship to party and sold to party. Sorry, sold to party and ship to party. But whenever you code it, you must give an input values AG and W. External is sold to party SP and ship to party SH. So it's all real time things. And also I have given customer number, and now you can see I passed the partners. So these partners will be stored in the which table, in a VBPA table please. And also the schedule, when your item, whenever you order it, definitely you will get a delivery date is in Amazon. Whenever you order, you will get a delivery date. So whenever you order it, even the delivery date also important. It will be determined dynamically. And I am going to post by using BAPI. This is my BAPI. I'm posting the order, and I'm going to update the transaction. It's taking little time. Why? Hmm. Now we are doing in a post race. Create is in a post transaction DML. So whenever you do in a DML in the BAPI, you must do in a BAPI transaction commit work. So see, so guys, how do you handle the errors? Definitely this is a question in the BAPIs. Okay, so here this is also one question in the BAPI point of view. So if we want to test BAPI independently for the post operation, we must do commit work, but direct commit work not possible. Instead, we can test the function modules in sequence. So we can use function module BAPI underscore transaction underscore commit. That's the difference, guys. So we have to use the function module BAPI transaction commit. And one more question is, what is the question is about? Hmm? Whenever you use the BAPI, yeah, how do you handle the, how do you, these are so one more important question. How do you handle the errors in BAPI? Definitely, guys. So we have we have a result parameter BAPI, okay, return. Definitely every BAPI you have a BAPI return parameter, guys. So the reference is always, if you see the reference is the BAPI ret to, this is the reference. And always first you have to look for an error, guys. First you check whether there is any error. Okay. First always read the error record first. Read the error record. If any errors, don't do the commit. Else, do the commit. Do the commit. See, always this statement I have used. See, read table. I am reading the internal table. This is a BAPI return. See, this is my BAPI return. GT underscore return. So this is referenced with the GT underscore return is referenced with the BAPI return. See, GT underscore return type table of BAPI return. Definitely you need to use this. And work area. So I have read the internal table with type contains whether it's error, whether it's a warning, whether it's a success. You may see success and warnings, but if you see the internal table, see, you see the success and warning. Success and warning are, it's okay, it's good. But if you see any single error, that means it's an error base, it's an error record. If you see any single record with status with type E, it's an error record. So first I am looking for the error record. See, size about C4, that means there is no error record. It's a success record. So if it is a success record, I do a BAPI transaction commit. So simple, that's what here I have mentioned. So we have a result parameter, BAPI return. Okay. So with reference to BAPI ret 2, always read the error record. If any errors, don't do the commit work, else do the commit work, guys. This is the handling of the errors in the BAPIs. So I did a commit work now. Now the order is created. See, guys. So F7. So you have a result parameter, order number, exporting parameter. See, so here you can see there is an a, now from program point of view, it's an importing, but in terms of the function model point of view, it's an exporting parameter. My result is GVM. This is my order number, guys. So this is the order which is created in the system. So F8. And also, guys, so suppose when you want to update, so always you must do like this. So you must create two fields. One is the status and another one is the status text. See, sales order number successfully created. So always you need to give this output to the user. How to handle the errors is, see, success and success text. So in ALV, the upload, the file is this. Apart from file, I have created two fields. See, in the last, in the end, always you must create an a. See guys, two fields I have created. One is the status code, another one is the status. And you must do here, whenever you do an BAPI, if it is an error, see status code is uh, sorry, if it is in a success, status code is yes. I used the concatenate function. New syntax is this is okay. Normally you can do a concatenate, but here it is flexible. So put a pipes, two pipes inside that you can write directly concatenate. And sales order number, if it is a dynamic thing, you have to use the curly braces. Curly braces you put in a dynamic variable. If it is a hard coded, directly you can write it. But if it is in a dynamic value, you need to put in a curly braces. If it is an error, error in the sales order. So this is the handling of the error. See, this is my success, this is my failure. And next time, maybe I put in a some error record. See guys, in TA, I put something JU, actually, which is an error. Other type JU is not available actually. I put an error record. See now how to handle the errors now. Execute and F4, sales order upload, execute. Hmm. What happened? Execute. Okay, come back. Okay, SC 38. What is the program here? SC 38 GEDC 8 star BAPI star. Yeah, execute. F4, take the file, execute. Why? See guys, error in sales order creation. So one record I have given a JU. So say, so if business user sees, yeah, this is the record and this record contains the error. And also you can give the proper message as well. I have hard coded actually. How can you give the proper message? Can anybody tell? Hmm? Put on a breakpoint. I would like to give the what are the system returns. That message I need to give it guys. How can you give it? See in the return, first one is success. First record is success, no problem. Second record I put an error, F5. It comes to the sorry, second record, one error. See, sales document type JU is not defined. This is the error. The same error I need to return. How can I do that? How can I do that? See, size RC. I am reading with the error. If any error, it goes to here. But I am doing in a hard code. But instead of hard code, you need to give a proper status, error status. How can I do that? Hmm? Can anybody tell? Can anybody tell? Huh? In BDC, I used something. Message no. Perfect. You need to use format underscore message. So this is the thing which you need to use it this. BDC I have used this. So message ID. So here you will see the message ID. Return gs underscore return and hyphen do this. It will prepare a message for you guys. ID and the language always you put psi hyphen L psi language, and here uh, do this. So always you need to use these kind of things, guys. Don't do any hard coding whenever you use the BAPIs. So next one is the message number. It should be in a number, I think. Where is the number? Yeah. So it's in a message number, and this is the control V hyphen. It's in a V1 message V1 message V1. These kind of things are important ways in terms of real time. Okay, don't do any hard coding. Okay, you have to use these parameters. So I will stress on BAPIs. Why? Because we are going to heavily use the BAPI space. So everything is in a BAPI. Every function they have given in a BAPI. SAP has given in a BAPI. So no need to write much code. So always we must try 100% to get an BAPI. If not possible, if you are not able to get it, then only we must go to the BDCs. So exceptions. What the problem? Message. So the message comes here. This is the status. Control C. And so status, you will get a status over here. That's it. Anyway, error you are going to get it. So anyway, this is an error, right? So error you must pass it. Yes, 5 status code. S code equal to error. S code equal to error, but the status you are filling over here is. But if you need to see the function model, very important, guys. So what is the export message? Message is any type, nothing. There is nothing. You can do any type string. This should be like BAPI message, or else we can use any type string. Otherwise, gives any type. Right. Oh, whatever. Okay. Oh, comment this. See, now you can upload the data. Execute. F8, F8, F8. See, sales document type JU is not different. Did you auto code this? No. Whatever the system returns, that message we are displaying in the output page. So this is the handling of the errors in the BAPIs. Okay, we have seen the post operation, and also we can see the get operations by using BAPI as well, guys. So one more thing is get. So next program, BAPIs can be used for the get as well as the post. Sales order get. Okay, create the program. So demo for BAPI get operations. Get means it's a DQL operations. Let's go to program, save. EDZ 8 save, and okay. So maybe I use, so there are some BAPI's case for the sales order get. So BAPI is the transaction. Go to the BAPI. Hey, class one. So go to the module sales and distribution. Where is the sales and distribution? Yeah. So you have to go to sales and distribution and sales order expand and create get the list and get the status of the order. And maybe I go to the get list. See, this is the function model BAPI for the get list, and double click importing parameter. So if you want to see the all the sales order about customer, you can pass the customer and sales organization. You can get the sales order details case. Maybe my input is customer number and sales organization. So I go to here, I define a parameters. So P underscore KU NNR, which is a type of KU NNR, and also sales organization P underscore VKO RG, which is a type of VKO RG, right? And the start of selection, guys. So whenever you define a input, you must do a validations. Actually, I am not doing that. But in the reporting, the standard practice is if it is an input, you must do a validation. Suppose if the input user inputs the wrong value, you must give a validation message. But I'm not doing that, but it's in a standard process. Whenever you implement in the projects, you must do a validation at selection screen on P underscore KUNNR, at selection screen on P underscore VKORG, and do a validations. But I'm not doing now, but you have to do that. Then actually normally what we use to do, we are going to write a select statements, right? But I don't do any select. Directly I'm going to write a BAPI. See BAPI and call this function. Okay. No need to write any select statement. Pass the customer number, P underscore KUNNR, and sales organization P underscore VKORG. It gives a return into the sales orders. So this is my GT underscore ORTERS. So you must declare an internal table. With the, since it is in a table, it should be an internal table, and you must declare an internal table. And data and GT underscore ORTERS and type. So go to this function model, go to the tables. You must give C sales orders. So sales orders. This is my structure, yes, and always you must do with the reference of same, otherwise it will give a dump ways. So whenever you use the function model, you must do a reference with the same structure or same reference, otherwise it gives a dump. So I have given this. Now I am going to display this output case. I am going to use the ALV call method. So what is the class? Without a screen I can do an output, not demo. Don't use demo. SALV and CL underscore SALV underscore table and static equal and greater than, and do the control space and factory and control space enter. Simple guys, very simple, and inject the internal table GT underscore orders. That's it, and get an object for your ALV. My object is, so I can do an inline declarations on the class, but in the function models I cannot do this. Data, it's my geo underscore ALV. No need to declare this thing is, no need to declare an object. Inline declaration you can do it. And now I am going to do it. Call method display. I will use the object geo underscore ALV, and since it's an object, it's an instance, I need to use hyphen and greater than and display. That's it. Simple guys. No need to build a field catalog. No need to build anything. It's an object-oriented approach. Simple. One class and two methods. One is the factory method and another one is the display method. Product printer. Reporting is very simple. See. So edit and GT underscore spelling mistake. Do the control space. GT underscore others. Do the syntax and actual. See, without I am not writing any select. See, did I write any select? I have used a BAPI to get the sales orders. So maybe put on a breakpoint. We'll see in the debugging mode and execute. And Kunar, and maybe I will use. I go for the table SE16N and VBAK and the sales order. Where is the order? So I don't want all these fields, guys. Deselect all. I want only the customer VBLN and also control F VKORG and control F KU and R. So I will see the what are the customers and what are the sales organization which we have. Maybe sold to party is in a customer. Do the sort in ascending order. See guys, for 1000 there are different orders. How many orders we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. For the 1,000 sales organization, but sold to party, there is no sold to party. No. I will take, yeah, this case. So for the sales organization, 4 twos and the customer 12, how many orders we have? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 orders, right? So maybe I will input customer as an a 12 and sales organization as an a 4 twos. So customer as an a 12 and sales organizations as an a 4 twos. This is my input. It should give me the how many orders? 5. How many orders? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 orders it gives me the result. That's good. F6 GT underscore orders, 6 orders it is giving. Is it? How? 6, 1, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 5 orders. No? How it is bringing 6 orders? See in the debugging. Okay. Sales document is strange. 15667. 15667. Okay, I think this is having 2 items it seems. Yeah, I think item number is 1010. It should not. Even it is bringing the data from items as well as. See, sales document, item, material, short text, document type. Maybe uh, it is accepted. I think. We'll go to here and item details and VA03 sales order, control V, enter. So if you have 2 items, it is bringing the 2 items. Only, yeah, only 1 item. Why it is giving me the 2 things? Same record. Did you see any difference here? No difference at all. No difference. See the records page. Uh, there is something currency you are here. There is one difference. Here it is space. One difference is in terms of the currency. That's it. Other than that, there is no difference. Okay, but okay, that's fine. So I can display the data now. So this is my database. So this is my data. So if you want to delete in a duplicate record, what you need to do, guys? Can anybody tell? How can you delete in a duplicate records? Perfect. You need to do first sort. Sort GT underscore orders and by the fields control space. We have the order number. So what is the order number? Okay, go with the function model and SD doc item. Okay, SD control space doc and item. Do this control space item. First do this, then you must apply like this. Delete adjacent duplicates from GT underscore orders and comparing what fields you need to compare. You need to compare SD doc and also item. So if any duplicate, it will deal with the duplicate space. Hit enter, do the syntax. So these are real-time stuff, guys. We use this kind of statements. Without sort, it doesn't work, guys. You must do any sort. Then only it should work. Yeah? 12 and also 2, 2, 2, 2. Export. See, guys, that is so sort. Even we did in a sort, it is coming in a sequence. 1567. 5 records. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 records. Okay. So that's an BAPI get operation, guys. BAPI get operations. But I have one more question. So before in the previous BAPI, I did an upload. It's in a standard BAPI which handles the standard fields. But even I have a custom fields case. So in the VBAC, I have a custom fields C11. We go to the VBAC fields, VBAC table, and I have added my custom fields. See, these are all my custom fields case. Revenue channel and the payment channel, quote ID, sales rep. So this is my custom fields. But custom fields standard BAPI doesn't handle. But how can I update? Suppose if I have these fields in my Excel, so revenue channel, I am going to add rev channel and also one more field, payment channel, pay channel. Next one is quote. I am going to have a quote from the external system, SFDC system, and sales rep name. Who is the salesperson? So whenever you go to any showroom, there is a salesperson which is going to sold it. So he is going to get some what is that? Yeah, allowance, incentives he is going to get it based on this sales rep. After the end of the month, based on his sales, he is going to get some incentives. So here also sales rep is important. Sales rep and also sales rep name of the sales rep, and sometimes we can apply the discounts. So I have this is my custom fields, but BAPI doesn't handle the custom fields. This BAPI doesn't handle the custom fields. How can you update the custom fields then? So there is an option called BAPI extensions case. Put the tables. You see there is an option extensions. See, this is the extension in and extension INX. With the BAPI extensions, we are going to update the custom fields into your transaction base. So that we will see in the tomorrow's class. So what is BAPI extension? How exactly we can update these custom fields, that we will do in the tomorrow's class. BAPI extensions is the tomorrow's class. This is also important. So in the BAPI point of view, you may get how can you add your custom fields into your BAPI by using BAPI extensions. So tomorrow we'll see the BAPI extensions. And also tomorrow we'll see the business partner related BAPIs as well. Okay. Tomorrow we do the extensions with the sales order. Then we go for the business partner BAPIs. So what is the business partner? Create and adding the bank record, adding the payment cards, the real time, the resume which you are going to do, that I am going to do in my class itself. Okay, this is a kind of project kind of stuff I'm going to do with the business partner, but that we will do in the S4 server, but in the SAP ECC I don't do it. Okay, that's it for the day. So tomorrow we close the BAPIs and then we'll start the ALE IDOCS on the 9th. We are going to start an ALE IDOCS. 9th, 10th, and 11th, 3 days. So if you are okay, then I can arrange the online sessions. Is it okay? If you want to complete the course soon, maybe you can attend from the online. So then we can save our time. No need to come to institute. So we can arrange something in the daytime and we can continue the daily adapts in the daytime. We can complete the because taking the leaves, I actually 1 week is too much time. So it's already delayed your course. So if you take the more leaves, it will be a problem. So maybe only the 15th is the major. When is the major Pongal Sankranti? 15th or 14th. So only 2 days we can take it. Other days we can take online class. Okay. At least maybe some theory part, something we can cover it. Okay, not practical. Most we can take the theory part and we can cover those things. Okay, but if you are okay, then I will take the online sessions. If not, then we'll start the next sessions on 20. So better by this month, and we need to complete the workflow as well. If you do that, we can complete the workflow as well by end of this month, online sessions. Or else it takes February as well. Until O data, it takes February month. Even workflow is also another major module. Okay, it's not one or two sessions. Almost I have taken how many also? The last 15 sessions I have taken for the workflow. It's one of the biggest module. Okay, ALE IDOCS and workflow, both enhancement, ALE IDOCS, workflow. Three are very big modules. Okay, that's it. First, practice this and try to use this BAPI's case. Huh? So these are all important. The real-time BAPIs I have given. Okay. So and also I will introduce the business partner BAPIs as well into the tomorrow's class. Okay, because in the interfacing we did a lot of things on the business partner side. You have to talk about new things. Now everybody is asking, do you know S4 or not? So you talk about the business partner, you will get a good impression when you go for the interviews. So don't talk about customers, vendors and all. We'll talk about the business partners tomorrow. Okay. So that's it for the day. Thank you all. Bye bye.